Yesterday's episode of Pack Squads, we were knocking on the door for Championship Series, and it was an electric game, as every episode from this season honestly was. We ended up winning this game to get into Championship Series, which means we went 11-1 in our 12 games this season. Say we get 2,000 likes on this video right here, and I will go ahead and get Season 6, Episode 1 up on Wednesday. Without further ado, use code Shelfy at SeatGeek for 20 bucks off your tickets if you're going to a baseball game. Let's get into the montage of the World Series grind, Pack Squad Season 5. Also, stick around to the end of the video. We're going to discuss MVP, Cy Young, what the squad's going to look like going into Season 6. So here we go, game one. Sandy's gonna be on the mound. He was our Cy Young from last season, and we're going up against that new 99 overall Zach Greinke in game number one. And my opponent came out guns blazing. An opposite field home run gave him a 1-0 lead. He was not done there. Gets 99 speed on first base, and then O'Neal Cruz, who is also 99 speed, rips one into the gap for an RBI double. Nope, down two early. We are going to get one back though here off the end of the bat with Andres Jimenez. Been one of our better players all season long. That ball somehow got out, and then look at us, 2 outs, nobody on, power swinging first pitch with Ellie De La Cruz, and that changeup just hung right out over the plate. Tiny PCI from the power swing, 462 to dead center, ties this thing up. And then a couple batters later, Franmil Reyes barrels up a fastball. I was sitting on that pitch up and in, and we crushed it, giving us a 4-2 lead. But in typical Shelfy fashion, right after we get the lead back, my opponent comes out and he gets a dribbler to drop in behind first base, and it sneaks by Franmil. And wouldn't you know it, he wasn't done there. Zach Greinke, of all people, with a ground ball base hit RBI single. And then of course he was bound to barrel one up eventually after those two got out. He rips one into the gap. Now there's runners on the corners with 1 out for Austin Riley, and he's gonna smash one back up the middle, capitalizing on this opportunity and tying the ball game right back up. It's like we never even had the lead, but we're not done there. We are on baseballs. Mike Piazza is going to rip a gap to lead off the bottom of the fourth. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, this turned into an absolute slugfest. We got a runner in scoring position, and a ground out, and then a check swing strikeout here. And now with 2 outs, we're down to our final opportunity. Andres Jimenez hits a little pop-up we got underneath that pitch. He already homered once, though. I can't be mad at him. This game is tied. Nothing doing, though, in the 5th, 6th, or 7th. We skip into the 8th, where Ellie De La Cruz gets an infield single, and that's followed up by a signature series nuclear bomb by Joey Votto. Clears the entire bullpen. 446 out to right, gives us the lead late, and we are on top, feeling good. This was a sweaty game, and it set us up for the entire run. Our opponent did get that tying run to the plate. He had a runner on first with 2 outs, but he pops one up there with Mike Piazza, and that does it for the ball game. We win it, and our opponent had an 885 rating, which gave us 23 points in our rating scale and bumped us all the way up to 840. After that game, we decided to rip a pack, but as you know, the team's amazing. We won 11 games this season, so we've had a lot of upgrades to go around. We're going to make an upgrade for our bench here. We're going to open up a all-star of the franchise pack, put that Julio Rodriguez on the bench, gives us a lefty killer, someone who also runs well, plays good defense. Figure we can upgrade. We needed an extra righty on the bench, so why not? Into the next game. 1-0 on this run, 12-1 overall on the season. We kick things off with an Ellie De La Cruz double in the first inning, and Votto, who just won us the last one, brings them around with a single through the right side, giving us an early lead. Later in the game, up 2-0 now. Mike Piazza pulls a single through on the right side. Then Corbin Burns, who's pitching in this game, pokes one out to right, and we get another lucky home run with Andres Jimenez. You don't even have to be good with this guy. I am just going to go ahead and tally up all these lucky hits and home runs in this game to the fact that Robin Roberts is not a usable card in this game, and I don't know what my opponent was thinking throwing him. We went up 5 early. He did fight back and throw 3 on the board. He scored in the 4th. fifth and seventh innings, but then Julio Rodriguez, newly added to the team, homers. We follow that up with another solo shot from Franmil Reyes, and we tack on too late to kind of take all the wind out of his sails. He battled back in this one after we had all that luck going early, but we capitalized and we have our best swings late to put him away, and we end up winning this game 7-3. So we start the grind 2-0, and our rating is now up over 850. And we're jumping straight into game 3. Paul Blackburn on the mound, and we got to face parallel. I think it was like parallel 3? Randy Johnson. We have to face Randy Johnson, and this man threw a one-hitter through not 9 innings into the 10th inning. Randy Johnson was at 78 pitches. I couldn't touch him. I don't know what was wrong with me. The good news is, though, we pitched well, and we have a Joey Votto on our team who once again hits a nuke late. Lefty walks it off in the bottom of the 10th. I don't even have any gameplay to show you guys through this one. It was the definition of a pitcher's duel. Just 4 hits through 9 innings between me and my opponent both. We had just 1 knock in that game, but we pitched our tails off with Corbin Burns, and we pulled through late once again with Votto. We're now 3-0 on this run, and we are 1, depending on our opponent, maybe 2 games from World Series. I assume, though, based off of my opponent's record and the fact that we're in Fenway, that this guy's not up in World Series. Though we needed to face a World Series opponent on Legend in order to get the points needed to get in. So going into this game here, scoring early, we're up 1-0. Just missed that ball, Robert Hassel. I knew we needed to win this game and another if we were going to get in, so we had to lock in here. This is an absolute must-win game. Otherwise, we could be 3 games out from World Series if we lose this one. Like I said, we went up 1 early, and now in the 3rd with that runner on first, Andres Jimenez pulls one down the line. We're going to go 1st to 3rd. We will now have runners on the corners with nobody out, and Dansby Swansman's going to hit one back up the middle off the pitcher's leg, Luis Castillo, but we're safe at first. Everyone's safe. We double our lead. It's 2-0, and Ellie De La Cruz underneath of that slider, a little bit in on the PCI, but it's going to hit it deep enough out to right field to move that runner up to 3rd, and then with 1 out, Joey Votto climbs the ladder. I mean, do I have to say anything else? He who bangs does it again. A 3-run homer for Votto. He's got 7 RBIs in the last 3 games, 2 of which were game-winning homers. This one makes it 5-0. I don't know what to do with him now. I was leaning Ellie De La Cruz. Andres Jimenez is glitchy. Now Votto's in the mix for MVP. I don't know what to do. Up 5-0 in this game. Grayson Rodriguez trying to pitch the shutout. He actually gave up 3. Not 1, not 2, but 3 solo home runs in the 9th. So my opponent did make this a game, despite the fact that I dominated all the way through to the 9th. We win it 5-3 in 9 innings. We are now 4-0 on this run with an 891 rating. We are 1 game out of World Series. Overall, we are 15-1 in 16 games. And after this game, I didn't open a pack after game 3 because we really didn't need anyone else. But after game 4, I decided, you know what? Let's grab Troy Percival. We'll throw him in the bullpen just to get an extra guy there going into the World Series game. And now we got to face Martin Perez, and a fellow Iron Pigs fan. And I will say, I knew right out of the gate, I didn't show this guy's record. I don't know why I clipped it out of it, but this guy had an amazing ranked record. And I can tell from the first at bat that he was locked in and this was going to be a sweaty game. So what do? We lock in and we sweat. Little off the end of the, I'm not gonna lie, that's like 3 home runs now in this video where we were underneath of the ball. But I'm telling you, if you're early, you can be under it. It's okay, especially with guys like Piazza and quick swings like Andres Jimenez. We've been getting all kinds of home runs, but my opponent, like I said, was very good. He hits a home run with Austin Riley, and then in a 3-2 count with 2 outs, Babe Ruth sneaks a ground ball through the infield, and he does not miss out on that opportunity. Immediately hits a 2-run bomb after to get the game back to tied 3-3. And then we're going to skip into the 5th. Game got a little bit dry there. 3rd, 4th inning, nobody really did anything. But then in the bottom of the 5th, Babe Ruth hits a ground ball to Dansby Swanson, who makes an error. And I decide to go to the bullpen, and he again cashes in on that Babe Ruth ground ball. 2nd time in a row this exact same sequence happens. Babe Ruth puts it on the ground, finds a way to get on, and then he crushes a fastball with Ketel Marte. We went from up 3 to down 2 in this ball game, but I'm not gonna quit. We get one back on an RBI single in the 7th, and now in the 9th, Robert Hassel leading things off with a missile out to right. Our last at bat Our final chance. Ralph Kiner off the bench. Diving play at third by George Brett. Are you kidding me? Moves the runner up the second. He may have been able to turn two there. But Ralph Kiner off the bench, pinch hitting, pulls that one down the line. Insane play by George Brett for the first out. We then fly out to right center. And with 2 outs, Dansby Swanson got a meatball. And I just didn't see it all the way in. We were a little bit underneath. It travels out. He catches it at the wall, and we lose that one by 1 with the game-tying run in scoring position, and it knocks our rating all the way back into the 860s. We now have to win 2 games to make World Series, but we're going to jump straight back in with Sandy on the mound once again. Top of the 5th, we were throwing a no-hitter at this point in the game, and you probably can imagine how I was feeling at this point in the game after losing a sweaty like that last one. Throwing a no-hitter in the 5th. I couldn't buy an extra base hit in this one. We were hitting the ball well, but couldn't buy an extra base hit. And then the first hit we give up is a home run. But as per usual this season, we have been hitting the baseball, particularly when we need it. Down 1 in the 5th, bottom 5, we get a runner on, and then he decides to walk us to get the pitcher up, get the starting pitcher out of the game. He said, "No more Sandy, I'm done." I said, "All right, I have a Bryce Harper for you, sir." And 3-2, 2 outs with the runners moving. Bryce Harper gets a cutter, gets a little bit too much, but he's actually lucky he didn't hit the corner like he wanted to, because that's right where I have my PCI. It may have been a home run if he actually hit his spot, but it's a 2-run double nonetheless. We get the lead, and now it's the Ellie De La Cruz show on the infield. Double play gets us into the, or with 2 outs in the 6th, and then the inning ends on him attempting to steal second base to move that runner into scoring position. Not done scoring after he squanders those base runners in the top of the 6th. We cash in the bottom of the 6th. Joey Votto again, his 4th home run of this grind session. He did not do anything in his debut game, but he has hit 4 home runs in this World Series push, all in championship series, and he's been a goat on this push. But another guy in the run for the MVP, Ellie De La Cruz, homered to give us a cushion in the top of the 9th, and then rolls the 2 ball to end the ball game in the bottom half. We win it 4-1. Our opponent did get the tying run to the plate there in the bottom of the 9th, does nothing to it. That win gets our rating up to 886. Lots of parallel progress post game in that one. Squad looks good. We did not open another pack after that game. We are jumping straight back in with Corbin Burns on the mound against Greg Maddux, and depending on who we get matched up with, we could get in World Series in this game. We should get in World Series if we win this game. And Ellie De La Cruz is not gonna be outmanned by Joey Votto in this video. A moonshot out to right, a solo blast makes it 1-0, and then Votto comes up and puts a great swing on this curveball that hung out over the plate, but that ends the inning. We are up by 1. All the way into the 5th now with this 1-run lead. Corbin Burns still on the mound at 70 pitches, and he got a little bit wild on me. So with 2 outs, I was going to take him out of the game, but my opponent decided to keep Bob Feller in, and I thought he was going to take him out. I know I only scored the 1 run, but he was very wild with Bob Feller. I was surprised he kept him in. That allowed me to get through the inning with Corbin Burns, and then Corbin Burns, who's going to come up this inning. We're up 1-0. Mike Piazza, moonshot out to right. We let off the inning with a single, and then Mike Piazza goes out to right. Now I can comfortably take Corbin Burns out of this game. We have a well-rested bullpen. Gregory Soto is going to come out and pitch. Gets a strikeout to start the 6th. Then Mike Trout steps in. 0-1 count. We're going to go back foot slider. Jam job soft liner to first for the 2nd out. Now 1-1 flies out to right. Quick 1-2-3 inning for Gregory Soto out of the bullpen. I was nervous about taking Corbin Burns out. That Mike Piazza home run, who's another guy I have barely even mentioned, has been huge for us this series. Multi-homer games. He homered in this one. We're into the 8th now. He's managing the bullpen. Emmanuel Clase out. Gives up a 2-run bomb to David Ortiz. We have us a sweaty now. We were pitching all the way through in this one. He was having a hard time with the starter. Really hard time with the bullpen, but he's hit a 2-run homer to make this a game. Bottom of the 8th. We're trying to get one of those runs back. Julio Rodriguez off the bench. Hits a missile to the wall. And we do nothing with it. Then Dansby Swanson, soft fly ball. Thought that was going to get down. No. We go into the 9th. We need 3 outs. We have no wiggle room. We are up by 1. First batter gets on by a walk. Next batter, soft ground ball. That works as a bunt, moves the runner up into scoring position. And now with one out, Babe Ruth steps in. He is 2 bags away from tying this. And with 2 strikes, I hung a slider. That pitch was so bad that he just froze. And thankfully he did, because it had home run written all over it. And then we strike out Alfonso Soriano to win the game. When we win it 3-2, the question is, did we get enough points? We did. Exactly 14 points to put us at 900 on the dot, and we once again make World Series. And we're gonna just go ahead and dive straight into this pack. Cody Bellinger, Al Leiter, Vlad Guerrero Sr., and Javi Baez are the rewards from the pack. The Al Leiter 5-pitch mix, sinker cutter, 102 hits per 9. You know all about Javi, the silver slugger with diamond defense and a 99 arm. Good hitting, 80 speed. I don't know how much I love his swing though. Vladdy over here, if his power versus left was a little more, I would consider him, but there's so many good outfielders in the game. For me, that 116, 111 power with Cody Bellinger is crazy. And there you have it. We went all the way through and made World Series with just that one loss. Now, we didn't play our best all the way through here. We had that game where we got 1 hit all the way into extras, but thankfully we pitched great. Our opponent did not score. We pulled it out in the end. He who bangs, Joey Votto, got the job done. There's a couple different ways we can look at the keeper situation. One, we can keep Mike Piazza, but we just got Gary Carter from completing the Mets collection, and we have that diamond Mike Napoli from completing the Rangers. So do we really want to keep a catcher? And Ellie De La Cruz was amazing for us, but if we're being honest, we can get him back really easily through that toolbox pack, and we're gonna have a chance to get O'Neal Cruz. So do we want to keep the shortstop? And I would say let's maybe keep one of these outfielders. Robert Hassel, Franmil Reyes were amazing for us. Again, Franmil Reyes is someone that's going to be easy for us to get back if we want to, and there's a ton of good outfielders in this game. Plus, we're keeping Cody Bellinger now as a World Series reward, so we really have a center fielder. Moral of the story, I'm thinking Andres Jimenez, whose live series card actually played the majority of the season, his All-Star game card might be the best option. But all of these guys are good options, and I want to see you guys go into the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, and make sure you're liking comments so I see what the most popular options are. Now, when it comes to the pitching staff, really it's between Grayson Rodriguez and Corbin Burns for our keeper. We also have Greg Maddux and a couple of really good collection rewards, so our rotation is going to be solid anyway. Corbin Burns, Grayson Rodriguez. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you guys in the next Pack Squads on Wednesday. World Series has been accomplished. Who's Coach Shelfy at SeatGeek? I'll see y'all on that next one. Season 6 is coming right up. I'm out.